Hello everyone, this is Ted with OAXRAY, and today we're going to talk about the August 31st fee change and how it got me on CNBC. So Amazon made a very interesting change, and it seems like they've been really customer centric recently, and this is upsetting a lot of people. And the change they made this time was actually to remove the longer shipping times of media. So let me give you a quick example here. If I go to this book right here randomly and I'll scroll down here, we see that today is August 19th, but a lot of these people have in here that the item will arrive between August 25th to September 12th. Some of these say the 25th to the 1st, but we can see these really long times in shipping with a lot of these sellers. And this is due to the fact that people generally use something called media mail to ship items to customers. So I'm going to click over here to the media mail rates, and I'm going to tell you why. So if I have a 1 pound book, it's only going to cost me $2.63 to ship it to a customer. But that customer may not get this book for 8 to 14 days. And that's why you see those long ship times over at Amazon. So even if I have a heavy textbook, it's only going to cost me $4.59 to ship it. So it seems like this media mail is going to be my preferred method of shipping to a customer when I merchant fulfill an item. So if you're merchant fulfilling and these media rates go away, then you're going to be looking at other rates. And let me click over to USPS. And if we put something into padded priority mail packaging here, then the price of this goes from $2.68 for a small package for a 1 pound book, all the way up to padded envelope here is $6.50. And this is good for clothing, books, or jewelry also. But whenever you look at the cost, going from $2.63 on a 1 pound book all the way up to $6.50, that can be huge for the bottom line of a bookseller, especially if they're a large bookseller, because $1 doesn't seem like a lot if you're only selling a few books a day. But for someone who's selling 4,000 or 5,000 books a day, this couple dollar increase, let's just say right here, it's on average $3 or $4, is really going to affect the bottom line of somebody. And that is one of the reasons CNBC contacted me, and they asked me for my take on the situation. And pretty much it's like this. Amazon has been making a lot of changes. Most of them seem to be customer centric. Some are to generate revenue. Like back in March, they went from $1.35 selling fee of books all the way up to $1.80. This is a 55-cent increase on each item. Then you stack that on top of the additional cost for this priority mail. We're talking on some books, the cost might go up by $4 just to ship it. So what does this mean for Amazon? Whenever we look back at this example and we see all these books here that are for sale, what's going to happen essentially is this ship time right here is going to go down. Because right here, well, let's look at a better one. This one right here, August 25th to September 12th, that's going to go away because no longer are people going to be able to ship media mail. So no longer are people going to be able to say that it's going to take all the way up almost a whole month to receive this item. So what that means for an Amazon customer is that they're going to get a better experience because they're going to receive the item much quicker. And it's also going to weed out some of the people who were shipping very slow methods. They're either going to be forced to switch over. But what it also means is that some of these sellers who are making money on essentially penny books, this is an example book right here, Daniel Steele Blue, and some sellers are using the slower shipping method, and they're able to actually list this book for $4.87. And with the very low cost of shipping, they're able to make a profit. But once this new shipping method goes away, once the media mail goes away, the prices are going to have to go up on Amazon. because there's no way that someone can ship this item out for $2.63 and still make a profit. So what I've done is gone to the Fulfillment by Amazon revenue calculator, and I've actually pulled up just a random book, and here we can see that if this book was fulfilled by me and I fulfilled it out of my facility and I paid $2.63, this is a pretty cheap book to ship, I'm actually going to make a few cents more merchant fulfilling it than I am to FBAing it, same book. So it would make sense for me to fulfill this myself. Well, maybe that wouldn't be a good example because the price is not there. But if maybe the book were a little bit more expensive, then it would actually make some sense for me to merchant fulfill it because I'm going to make more money merchant fulfilling it. But with this new change, this cost of the seller, $2.63 goes away. That option is gone. You can no longer use it. So whenever we do that and we change the shipping, let's say the price goes more like $4 if we have some kind of deal with UPS or something. So if it goes to $4, now merchant fulfilling doesn't make sense, because here, if the price goes up just by $1 or $1.50 or something, then we can see right here the net profit goes down. Now it makes more sense to FBA items. So in the background, besides the actual helping of the customer in the way of getting the items quicker, I think it's also going to cause a transition of more people over to Amazon FBA. Because if you can make more FBAing the item, then why would you ship it from yourself? And this is going to be my exact statement. Over the last 6 to 8 months, there have been a string of things coming out, and it seems to be getting harder and harder in the media. And they're just trying to increase the customer experience, and it gets rid of some media sellers. But I don't think Amazon is too worried about it, and that's my honest opinion. Some businesses may have to shut down because of this change, because some people make money by selling lower end books. They make $1 or $2 off of each of them. And this new change is going to make it so that those same books cannot make money. Personally, I think that prices will rise, so that will offset a lot of these lower end sellers who are selling these cheap books. I think the prices will go up. Also, when you look at how people shop, every time people are often looking for deals, and not just on Amazon. There are other marketplaces that Amazon has to compete with. So maybe if Barnes & Noble or one of the other websites is offering the slower shipping, but items are $3 to $4 cheaper, maybe people will move over. I'm not sure. I think Amazon has a pretty strong hold on most of the customers. So I think that it is possible that people will not move over, and that maybe Amazon FBA becomes a better option for a lot of these sellers. But that's just my opinion. I was really excited to be on CNBC, and hopefully we can have some more contact later, and you'll see me in more articles. And also in this article, we have an East Coast seller who's doing over $1 million in revenue selling books, and they did not want to be on the record, and they're in this article here. And they're expecting their shipping cost to increase 25 to 50% just because of this policy. So if the average book was costing $4, now it's going to cost between $5 and $6. So that's going to be a big increase in the price overall on Amazon and just the shipping cost in general. But I think most people are going to be able to adjust. Some will not, and some will go down with this policy because maybe they don't find another shipping option that makes sense. But I also think that as media mail goes away, something has got to come up and take that place. So maybe UPS or one of these other vendors will come up with the solution that's low cost. Maybe it's a little bit slower than ground, and it's for media items, and it's still going to get there, but instead of taking 14 days, maybe this method takes 6 or 8 days, and it meets within the Amazon guidelines. So just as a summary, media mail and a lot of times will not make coast-to-coast shipments, and that is really what's going to be affected. So keep your eye on the book prices, because I think some of them are going to head up as this new policy kicks in. And the end of the current policy ends August 31st, 2017. So after that, the shipping times will change. You're going to notice a huge drop in ship times on a lot of these books. Yeah, a lot of these are taking 10 to 18 days, and you're going to see that those ship times will go down drastically. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day and make some money using OAXRAY.
Please like and subscribe, and if you have a question about Amazon, put a comment down below and I'll make a video about it as soon as I can.